Right, let's talk about something truly terrifying. And no, I'm not talking about the fact that someone, somewhere, is probably microwaving fish in a shared office kitchen right now. I'm talking about artificial intelligence. You might think of AI as a futuristic concept like flying cars or a functioning Congress. You picture a shiny robot from a movie, maybe one that sounds vaguely British and wants to discuss the meaning of life. But here's the thing. AI isn't coming. It's here. It's not a shiny robot. It's an invisible force that has already wrapped its digital tendrils around nearly every aspect of your life. And frankly, it's already smarter than us in ways that matter. This isn't hyperbole. This is the unvarnished, slightly sticky truth. We humans are brilliant, of course. We invented the spork and put a man on the moon. Our brains run on ancient biological hardware. We get tired, we get emotional, we forget where we put our keys. AI, on the other hand, doesn't need a coffee break. Let's be honest about the human brain. It's a magnificent, mushy miracle. It can compose symphonies, it can ponder the universe, it can feel profound love, it can be tricked by a simple magic trick. It consistently overestimates its ability to assemble IKEA furniture. Our intelligence is messy, emotional, and prone to error. We suffer from cognitive biases. We believe things because we want them to be true, not because they are. We see patterns where there are none. We are easily swayed by a good story. We love a plucky underdog. We devour celebrity scandal. Our decision-making process is, to put it mildly, a bit of a train wreck. Now compare that to an AI. An AI is pure, unadulterated logic running on silicon. It doesn't have a favorite color. It doesn't carry childhood trauma about hats. It simply analyzes data. A sophisticated AI doesn't think like us. It runs millions of simulations. Let's talk about your choices. You think you make them, don't you? You believe you are a sovereign consumer, a captain of your own economic destiny, striding through the digital marketplace with purpose and intent. You decided you wanted to buy that air fryer, that specific brand of artisanal dog food, that slightly too expensive pair of socks. Well, I have some bad news for you. Your free will in the world of commerce is largely an illusion, a comforting story you tell yourself. The truth is, there is a ghost in your shopping cart, and that ghost is an AI that knows you better than you know yourself. Every click you make, every item you linger on for a few extra seconds, every product you add to your cart and then abandon, it's all being watched, recorded, and analyzed. E-commerce giants employ incredibly sophisticated AI systems that build a psychological profile of you that would make the CIA blush. They know you're a late-night stress shopper. They know you're more likely to buy something on a Tuesday. They know you have a weakness for anything colored millennial pink. This data is fed into an algorithm whose sole purpose is to get you to open your wallet. It's not just showing you ads, it's orchestrating a personalized shopping experience designed to exploit your every psychological trigger. It changes the prices of items based on your perceived willingness to pay. Brace yourselves for this one. The soul-crushing, anxiety-inducing process of finding a job is now being outsourced to AI. Yes, that's right. The crucial decision of whether you are qualified, competent, and a good fit might not be made by a human. It might be made by an algorithm based on a keyword scan of your resume that decides you are not worth a human's time. Hundreds of thousands of applications are first filtered by applicant tracking systems, or ATS. These are AI-powered gatekeepers. They search for specific words, they search for phrases. If your resume doesn't have them, it gets tossed into a digital trash can before a person ever sees it. It gets worse. For those who pass, the next step is often a video interview. You're not talking to a person, you're talking to your webcam. An AI analyzes you. It tracks your facial expressions, it tracks your tone of voice, it tracks your eye contact, it tracks micro-expressions, it scores you on engagement. If you thought AI judging your resume was bad, hold on to your hats. Because now it's being used in law enforcement. That's right. The same tech that recommends cat videos is now being used to decide who might be a criminal. It's called predictive policing. Police departments in major cities use AI to analyze historical crime data to predict where and when crimes are most likely to occur. They then dispatch officers to patrol these so-called hotspots. On the surface it sounds logical, like a weather forecast for crime. But the reality is far more troubling. The problem is the data. Historical crime data isn't neutral. If a neighborhood has been over-policed, it has more crime data. The AI looks at that and says, "Aha, hotspot." It sends more police there, which leads to more arrests, which generates more data, which confirms the AI was right. It's a toxic feedback loop, and it doesn't stop there. These are called risk assessment tools. Let's talk about your information diet. You probably think you have a pretty good handle on it. You choose which news sites to read, which creators to follow, which videos to watch. But you are mistaken. You are not the curator of your own mind, and AI is. Every time you open YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, or any news app, you are not seeing a neutral menu of options. You are being presented with a highly personalized, algorithmically generated reality, designed for one purpose and one purpose only: to keep you staring at your screen for as long as humanly possible. Because your attention is the product being sold. These recommendation algorithms are masters of psychological manipulation. They learn your preferences with terrifying speed. Watch one video about baking bread, your feed will become a non-stop parade of sourdough starters. Show a fleeting interest in a conspiracy theory, the algorithm will gleefully drag you down a rabbit hole of increasingly extreme content. Its only metric is engagement. Here is a concept that our poor, mushy human brains are terrible at grasping: exponential growth. We think in linear terms. If you take one step, and then another, it's 1, then 2, then 4, then 8, then 16, then 32. It starts slow, looking almost linear, and then it explodes with bewildering speed. This is the pace at which AI is evolving. And we, with our biologically limited brains, are standing on the train tracks, watching the light in the distance get brighter, and thinking we have plenty of time to move. For decades, AI research was a slow, incremental process. Progress was measured in years, even decades. But recently, we've hit the steep part of the exponential curve. The processing power available for AI models has been doubling every few months. This is why AI seems to have burst into the public consciousness out of nowhere. One day it was a clunky chatbot, the next it's creating photorealistic images from a simple text prompt, writing complex code, passing medical board exams, and more. Think for a moment about the major decisions in your life. What career path to follow, who to date, where to live, what to believe about the world. You cherish the idea that these are your choices, forged in the crucible of your own experience and values. But what if I told you there is an invisible hand, a new kind of force that is gently but firmly steering you at every turn? That force is AI, and its influence is so pervasive and subtle that most of us never even notice. It has become the silent co-author of your life story, writing chapters you didn't know were being added. Consider your social life. The people you reconnect with on social media are not chosen at random. An AI decided they were relevant to you. It's pushing their profiles into your feed. The romantic partners you encounter on dating apps are presented by an algorithm judging compatibility from a handful of data points. It is making introductions, and just as importantly, deciding who you will never meet. Your social circle and even your chances at love are being shaped by code. Your GPS app's AI dictates your route, optimizing city traffic, not your convenience. Local news is prioritized by predicted engagement, not civic importance. Even your health is being influenced. Your fitness tracker nudges you to walk more, while a food delivery app tempts you with a greasy burger. You are constantly being pushed and pulled by competing algorithms, each optimizing a tiny slice of your life. So, here we are. We've established that AI is already here. It's smarter than us in critical ways. It's running everything from our shopping carts to our justice system. It's shaping our careers and our relationships and the very thoughts inside our heads. It is evolving at a speed that makes our heads spin. The logical question is, what do we do? The terrifyingly common answer right now is nothing. We look away. We get overwhelmed by the complexity. We get distracted by the next shiny object. We choose the bliss of ignorance. This is the most dangerous choice we can make. Ignoring the rise of AI is like ignoring a hurricane because you don't like the weather report. It's a willful denial of a force reshaping your world. To pretend this isn't happening is to cede all control, to give up any say in how this technology is developed and deployed. It is to hand the future of humanity to a handful of tech companies and the profit-driven algorithms they command. The stakes are too high. We are talking about the operating system for the next century.